Hello everyone, it's me Parvati Tungana from Kathmandu University School of Education, Nepal. Today in this presentation, I'll be sharing how did the culture of inquiry influence myself and others. To start off, I'd like to begin with a slide that tells about the first invitation from the caring culture of inquiry that happened in CARN-Lara conference, Croatia in 2019. And then I presented some of the slides, and these are the two slides which I have just pasted here. There I randomly presented my values. At that time, I sensed the values, or I understood values as moral values. And I was talking about multiple forms of collaboration, and I questioned collaborative culture. I questioned myself, and I made sense of living collaboration. But I was not much clear about living values and so on. So when I was invited by Jackie in the culture of inquiry, then I made the sense of living values and so on. That invitation was very much meaningful to me in my professional and my academic career. For example, I published my journal article. That was my first journal article within the nurturing culture of inquiry space. There I realized, or let's say I developed my living theory, living love. And there I made sense of methodological inventiveness with the help of this metaphor, which you can see here. I made sense of living educational theory methodology, and it was possible within the culture of inquiry. And this image, which you can see here, it was not only limited to this paper, rather it developed into a bigger or greater sense I'll be sharing later on. The culture of inquiry where I engage within the in the dialogue with Jack in the multiple forms of multiple activities, or in the multiple ways of learning spaces there I engage, and I participated in two continuous symposiums that presented at AERA 2021 and 22. In 2021, I presented a paper that is accepting educational responsibility by living common educational values, that I developed a Sattvic framework. And in 2022, in AERA, this was the title under which I presented my individual paper as well. Living or being within the culture of inquiry, I made sense of socio-cultural historical values as I developed my socio-cultural historical perspective. It was not possible it was not possible without being in the culture of inquiry, because I realized, or I made sense of values as quality, or quality in a sense of gunas, as there are three gunas: sattva, raja, and tama. So these things were outside the university discussion or discourse. I brought them, or I brought a socio-cultural historical perspective within university discourse, and I confidently could share it within the appreciative culture of inquiry space. The culture of inquiry was a breeze like space for me, because it breathes myself and my supervisor. Let's say she was a mentor, and she braced myself and my supervisor, as I could not share so many things with my supervisor directly. So I used to share with her, and after sharing, I used to gain confidence, and I used to make sense in a better way. And then later on, I would go to my supervisor and share with him. So that she was in between, and not only in between, she was breezing myself and my ideas, perspectives. She used to listen to me, and she used to make me realize or make sense of those differently, or I could deepen my understanding in her presence, and from the dialogue between us, I could make sense of it while writing my PhD thesis. Not only that, it was possible because I was encouraged to claim my knowledge and wisdom of developing a harmonious multi-paradigmatic research design space confidently, because I could develop paradigmatic inventiveness, or I could say that from my journey, individualist journey, or my sense of individualistic self into the multiple selves because of this journey. As I made sense of the narration as a living theory methodology, later I made sense of it as a multiple paradigms, and later I could make sense of paradigmatic or integral paradigm with the help of this. Without engaging in this process, it would not be possible. But I could not share this very openly because culturally or in our practice, there's not like such practices being a mentor or somebody in between supervisor and the students. It was not that much very common practice. So just kept this as a secret, and I shared in my thesis acknowledgement in a poetic expression, like I made her presence, how I felt her. Within these 4 lines, I have sense, or I have written, or I have remember her, acknowledge her caring culture, or a culture of inquiry. I have written in this way. This is one of the stanzas of my poetic expression in the acknowledgement section. Wisdom of externals, caring hearts of angels, harmonious souls of my ancestor who reminded me as a seed of harmony. So as I develop harmonious space to the teachers for their professional development in my PhD research. Not only that, I was influenced from the culture of inquiry. I could do that. Not only that, I also influenced her. I realized that my harmonious, equitable space influenced Jackie as well, and I felt acknowledged in the global context because of this metaphor. This metaphor was not limited to living theory methodology metaphor. Rather, it went beyond as it became a harmonious, equitable space, and it became a multi-paradigmatic space as well. So, and beyond that. So, it influenced me, it influenced Zaki as well. And we made sense of it together. So, it is more important for me. And these days, I'm a program coordinator of this program, continuing and professional education program at Kathmandu University. This I could influence my university because this program is the extended program of my PhD research. So I'm working with the teachers. I'm working with more than 1,000 teachers and contributing to their continuous professional development. Although this is continuing and professional education program, these days when I'm working and working with my values and working within this living culture, I make sense this is not only education program, rather it is also educational program. So I'm breezing university and a school through CPEP program and living my values through it. So it is possible being within the culture of inquiry. Thank you so much. This is my name and email address, and this question I leave for you. To what extent I'm encouraging you to join the culture of inquiry to explore and live your own socio-cultural historical values. Thank you. That's all.
That was just lovely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Great.
You're a star, Parvati. Absolute
Thank you.
star.
Yeah, very good. Can we get your
Very
slides?
clear.
It was. Will you be able to send round your slides, Parvati?
Sure, sure.
That would be really helpful.
Okay.
That's really good because it helps. Certainly, it really helps me to reference some of those slides. That was excellent. Many thanks indeed.